So today we're doing winter window art. It's a mural on our sliding glass door, or whatever it's called.
Yep, sliding glass door, that's exactly right.
Okay.
I decided that I wanted to make some art on our sliding glass door. I like stained glass windows. I think they're really pretty, and we have a million windows in our house, so I thought it'd be fun to make a window into artwork. So we were trying to decide what we were going to put on it, and we're doing it for the holidays, so we decided to draw snowmen. So I'm drawing a snowman family. So it's mom snowman, kid snowman, and dad snowman. And mom and dad are swinging kid snowman, like you do. I kept trying to figure out what the snowman family was doing to have fun, like as they're hanging out. What are they doing for fun? And all I kept thinking was that they were making a snowman, which made no sense because they are snowmen. So I was like, oh, maybe they're making a snow puppy, but it ended up being this was really cute and really simple. This was the first drawing I did and I ended up liking it. So it's the one that we used for the final artwork. So I sketched it in pencil and kind of tried to figure out where the color breaks would be. I was experimenting with the shapes for the shadows for the snowmen. Since it's a fake stained glass window, I don't have to worry about how the glass is going to get cut or any of that. I can kind of make extremely awkward for glass shapes because we were just going to be drawing it on the glass and then outlining it with acrylic paint pen.
Yeah, Posca pens. They're called Posca pens.
Pasta pen.
They're called
Posca pen. Delicious. So once it was sketched, I laid it out in Photoshop. So I put in layers, started with the snowflakes because I knew I wanted those as the background, and then put in a snowy hill, drew some fluffy trees, and then drew some dividers to make it look more like it was stained glass, and then drew in my guys, and then put in the frames for the windows to make sure that the snowmen weren't getting cut off by the structure of the window. And then I put in a photograph of our backyard so I could see what it looked like if it was translucent, because it was going to be translucent. And then I did some experimenting on the window. So I tried acrylic paint, I tried clear acrylic paint with tint in it, I tried markers on clear acrylic paint, and struggled to get anything that I liked. None of it was translucent enough. And then I tried, we have some Krylon glass frost paint that we got 5 years ago when we moved into this house. I was going to stencil some patterns on your bathroom window. And I just never did it. So I sprayed it on the window and it worked nicely to diffuse the light but not block the light. And then on the bottom you can see the heart. It's with the alcohol markers, which is what we ended up using. It worked the best to maintain the translucency and have some saturated color. And then we had the Posca pen for the outline. I also tested to make sure that we could scrape it off the window. So we've got a window scraper that's basically a razor blade and a little handle. And you can scrape off the paint, you can scrape off the Krylon frosted glass spray and the Posca pen, the acrylic paint pen. You can't scrape off the alcohol ink, so you have to use isopropyl alcohol to wash that off. So you can get it in a spray bottle and spray a little on and just wipe it off with a paper towel. It comes off pretty easy. So the first step in drawing it on the window was to take a Sharpie and do a sketch on the window, and I had isopropyl alcohol and a paper towel, and I could use it to erase if I wanted to change something. You could see me erasing the face of the little guy. So I did the sketch, got everybody looking how I wanted them to, and once we had it laid out on the window, I sprayed the back of the window with the frosted glass so we could see what we were doing better and we'd be able to see it better afterwards. We wouldn't just be seeing the backyard. And then I've got some whiteboards back there right now to block it off so that we can see what we're doing while we're drawing. And then we all started coloring on it with the alcohol markers. We had 3 different brands of alcohol markers and they're all pretty old. Most of them you guys got for Christmas 4 years ago. Sam got the Yo-Hoo-Hoo ones. Those are awesome. I think they're the best budget-friendly ones. You got a different brand and yours are good too. too, but the Ohuhu ones seem to work just a little bit better, generally speaking. You had more colors though. Unfortunately, nobody had red still, so we ended up having
we didn't have any like good reds and greens.
No reds and yeah.
The two main Christmas colors.
Yeah, I had tested it with blue and I was like, we're good, we're fine. And then we started working on it and so all the greens are out of ink and there weren't any reds. There were like pale red and there were brown red and orangey red, but no Christmas red. We ended up borrowing
a red Sharpie
from Graham, which was fine point, and so Ty used it to do some cross hatching to make some of the parts a little redder. And we mixed pink and orange for a couple places to make red. You can also use acrylic paint. Acrylic paint comes in opaque or translucent colors, so you can look at the label and read it and figure out whether it's opaque or translucent, and then you can choose translucent ones if you wanted to paint on glass. And then it's not specifically glass paint, so if you have some left over you can use it for other things. Those are golden acrylic paints, and they have paint swatch at the top of it, and you can see the black lines through the one and not through the other one as much, and that's how you can tell how translucent the paint is in those tubes. And then this is another one where you can look at the paint tube, and it's got this square with these symbols that tell you if it's transparent, semi-transparent, semi-opaque, or opaque. And then this one is on the side of a jar, and it's got the sliders. So if it's closer to transparent, that little rectangle is closer to transparent, then it'll be more transparent. And the closer to opaque it is, the more opaque the paint is. So you could paint on windows with translucent acrylic paint. We didn't have any, so we didn't do it that way, but you could do it that way. You can find translucent paint, but it's a good thing to know about. So if you're buying acrylic paint at the art store,
it's all the way up on the high tightening.
It's high tinting.
Tinting.
I think that means that it'll change the color of anything it's mixed with.
Or maybe it'll stain things.
Stain things. I can look it up.
I'll
look it up.
Things.
The matte is if it's not shiny, gloss is if it's shiny, but the labels on paint tell you a lot about how the paint is going to behave, whether or not it's translucent, what color it is, how light fast it is, how thick it is. So it's good to look at those things when you're buying paint, because you don't want to accidentally buy translucent paint when you meant to buy opaque paint, and vice versa. And also, I discovered while I was Googling these that Krylon now makes a glass paint, and I got very excited. So someday, when we have the budget to buy new things, we can try it out. They make paint for doing faux stained glass, but we don't have any, and I've never actually used it before. I think it works really well. There's a lot of different brands, so we could do some research on that sometime when budget permits, but I think those are probably not as temporary. I think you'd have to work harder to get them off than these, because they're made to go on glass. So the nice thing about the alcohol markers and the frosted glass, because the frosted glass is intended for the holidays, so it's intended to come off easily.
You can see that the boards are down.
Yeah, we took the boards down, so now you can see the backyard.
Yeah. Do-do. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Do-do-do. It's done.
Yep. After we did the alcohol markers and before we did the Posca pen, I used a spray bottle and I misted some isopropyl onto the alcohol marker, and that's how it gets that speckledy texture. So it doesn't look as streaky. It doesn't look like it's scribbled in like a marker. It looks kind of more like stained glass because of the texture. The Posca pen worked so well, just so well. Did you guys enjoy doing this project?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about this project?
All of it?
All of it? Whoa. Do you think it turned out good?
Yeah.
It was worth all the coloring.
Worth all the coloring? Yeah.